This is topical issue once more, and I'm going to talk about KENPO Karate East Africa. Fumo in KENPO YOKO GERI KEKOMI outburst. From the ashes, the phoenix rises again, or the phoenix. The myth of the phoenix bird in Africa can still be reenacted. Before Spain got its independence from the Moors of North Africa, it could not have sent Christopher Columbus around the world. He was from Portugal, but he went under the flagship of Queen Isabella of Spain. Immediately it had gotten independence from Africa. I would also like to bring in Hannibal of Carthage, who went rampaging in Italy with elephants. Eventually, there was a war and he was defeated by Scorpion Africanus later, but he had gone inside Italy. Carthage is the present-day Tunisia. I would like to talk of the biggest library within the African region that time, apart from Egypt, at Timbuktu. Their scholars from different lands were educated, enlightened in Islamic religion and many other things. So Africa has been in the big league. It's only that a time came when we dozed a bit, but it's possible to get back there. I'm just naming other few places. We had the big kingdom of the Shona, which is Zimbabwe Kingdom. We had Queen Zinga of Ndongo and Matamba in the Abundu Kingdoms. King Shaka, son of Zulu, the most famous son of Zulu, and the mother was Nandi, who created an empire so large, the man of the Asengai. Yes, we have Chief Mukwavinya Munyigumba of the Hehe, the one who fought and defeated the first group of the Germans within that area. And I wish to ignite the fire of African foreigners to reform from the ashes, to be born again. Yes, we have been there, up in the big league. We can still get back there in the big league. I talked of one East African economy, shilling per shilling. Not only talking about East African Union, we have same value in currency, so that we don't have to have within East African community any border controls on business. You can trade with anything you go through. Because if we reduce it to shilling per shilling, we can compete within our region with what we have. Shilling per shilling. We remove the boundaries for the members of this dojo, so we can do a YOKO GERI KEKOMI outburst. Just like the Kung Fu actor, warrior, I used to love and I still love. Good at YOKO GERI KEKOMI also, called Tan Tao Liang or Mr. Flashy Kicks, legs. Yes, we have a big dojo. Let me just look at how many dojos we have. We have the dojo of Congo, the dojo of Burundi, the dojo of Rwanda, the dojo of Uganda, the dojo of South Sudan, the dojo of Kenya, and the dojo of Tanzania for a start, because that one is already there enacted. If we could move with speed, let's not try to isolate ourselves like some countries did, and when the European Union or other unions were starting and there was a hiccup in the value of their man. When you are in one economy, you don't have to say this is just, you are an economy. If our leaders will think of this, so that we hit a standard, we don't have to make currencies like putting the euro. You just go per each country that is there, put the same value up to the francs. There are countries that use francs. Put the same value so that the value runs across. The country will retain their money, but the value of that currency running across. And then now from there, if you are able to pull that trick, because the European Union has pulled that trick and it's formidable. We have been up there in the league. We can still get up there in the league. Pulling up that trick and keeping our market, because we shall be a broader market. We have only what we can't produce coming in, but what we can produce goes within our market. India does the same. I think China does the same. We have a big population. If you put there, the market is large. There are many consumers. But we not only stop there, because our sons and daughters have gone to school. They have a lot of knowledge, but what they are lacking are jobs. When they go outside, they produce outside to make the economy of other places grow, whereas they could have done the same here. In Africa, I've seen car assembling plants, computer assembling plants, phone assembling plants. Why can't we have our own brands for our own region? Assemble everything here. For instance, we can start by importing. We have our brand and we make sure we bring different items that can be used in assembling from the car to the TV, to the computer, to the phone, to the fridge, to name it, to the iron box. It's an iron box, something that you have to. These are things that you can assemble. Others you can make the parts complete here. So we got for that. Generators, a generator is just a coil of wire rotating within a magnetic field, which can be done. If that is done, and we have our own market, I assure you, for a start, we shall be able to make a head start. We shall be able to rise again. And when we invest, we don't invest in the old technology, because that is the mistake that most of our places have been doing. We try to reinvent the wheel. The wheel was invented. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't start trying to make your plane fly from engines from which part. The technology is there. Don't start where it is. There are those who have designed future technologies. We are the future presently. They designed it for the future, but we can start enacting those ones immediately. Start with a flying car, start with an electric car, things that are up to standard. We organize everything according to that, so that the future of the past becomes the present. We are the present. We can be able to do that. Let's do an outburst of YOKO GERI KEKOMI cakes, like Mr. Flashy Legs. And let us rise from the ashes again. Yes, we can do it. We can rise from the ashes that we are in now, poverty and all those things, by acting fast, being wise, not being selfish, and ensuring that all those jobs that they go to do out there, we can produce them here. The fluctuation in the economical zones that cause people to get away because the money cannot be able to do anything, they cannot be able to find anything, will be remedied by that. Those of like mind, even if it's in the political field, please talk to the concerned people so that they see if it can be possible. That may be our panacea for the problem that we are always talking of: unemployment, economic whatever, debts to all the countries of the world. Let's have our economic zone. Just like India produces these things, their cars and everything take fast, China also does the same. Why should we be suffering while there are examples around that we can copy from? And we have the ability, we have the manpower, we have the resources, name it. We have the brain power and the technology. Things have been invented for the future. We start from where we are, moving ahead. That is my take. Yes. Let's do a Fumo YOKO GERI flashy kick, continuous. Knock each and every barrier so that we may also rise in the world and be a force to reckon with. Like these other examples I have given. We were up there, now we are down there. But getting down does not mean you stay down. Let's encourage one another, act fast, and stand up to the challenges of the world. Let's form an economy that can be able to compete in the market. We have the force of that big market. Yes, advantage of scales. Up, up, up. They have to go with what we have, and we can be able to sell at a cheaper price amongst ourselves. When we are importing, we make the profit, and we shall be able to rise. We put those manufacturing industry for the things, even processing things. Imagine coffee is processed elsewhere. You have processed those things here. Let us consume them here. We have consumers, we have the knowledge, we can produce, there are the resources. People of Africa, let's rise from the ashes like the phoenix. We can do it.